Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Before we start, just a quick disclaimer, everything I discuss is just for an educational purpose only, not a financial advice. So anyways guys, another day, another decent day, but there was a lot of choppy trend in the market today. Market keeps staying strong. There was some NVDA news and then there was a midday fades. So we will cover all that. We'll cover some earnings started. We kicked off the earnings. So we'll look at our earning winners, earning losers. So we'll take a look at earning setups, and I will also discuss some of our high probability setups and also the 30-minute charts. Before we start, just a quick introduction to anybody who's new. Today I'm going to keep a video short. I've been busy this week, so I couldn't put the recaps out. But let's start with a quick introduction. So we trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Clouds System. This system is traded by thousands of traders across the world to trade consistently. This system doesn't just not includes my Ripster clouds, but it also includes a lot of the concepts that I teach day in, day out. We do not trade random. We only trade when we have a setup. Setup is what you trade, system is how you trade. Every morning we make a game plan. Our game plan includes news plays, earning stocks, index stocks, upgrades, downgrades. We make a pre-market game plan live. And we follow the game plan. We change our bias. We are neither bulls nor bears. We are system traders. So we change our bias with the system. So we plan this, we have this game plan, the pre-market. We also share something called day 2, day 3 setups. These are big strategy that will help you a lot in the earnings. It will really help you out during the earning plays. UNH was a big fader on day 2 setup. We will take a look at UNH today. And in addition to that, we also trade futures. We provide the futures levels to the traders in the pre-market. These levels and the game plan is provided. We also trade crypto stocks, coin, MSTR, CLSK. You can go back, look at my previous recaps, how I've been trading these setups. And we also trade low floats, and we also provide the levels, the daily levels for the indices, the ETFs, the Mag 7s. We provide these levels in the community as well. So with that, we have a plan ready every morning in the pre-market. We make this plan in our community, which is one of the largest trading communities online. We are not an alert service. It's an educational based community. I'm on the voice first few hours of the market open. Thousands of traders are on our trading floor all day long, sharing trade ideas, helping find the opportunities in the market. We have three option flow scanners. We have stock scanners. We have breaking news audio alerts. We have breaking news feed alerts. We have stop, support resistance alerts, halt, unhalt. A lot of resources which are $500-600 a month, which are provided in the community for anybody who's looking to trade with a family of traders, not looking for a shortcut, not looking for a short-term success, but a long-term success. Anyways, that's the introduction. I will go through the recaps from today, how we traded the market, our losers, our winners, and how you can learn from these, my recaps and my teachings, so you can do same and find consistent success in the stock market. Let's start. All right, so we're going to start with SPY QQQ. So let's first look at what's happening with SPY and QQQ. So guys, the market is at all-time highs. It's this is called all-time high chop. This is what I call all-time high chop. It has been struggling to get push over this recent weekly high. Today again there was a bullish news on NVDA which pushed the whole market up, but this doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to keep running, right? Because the volatility is low, there's a gap, there's always risk of this gap fill whenever there's a gap. If the price is not over the pre-market highs, there's simply no long on the market. There's simply no gap and go. So that's what we use today. So I make sure my traders are not taking any wrong trades at the open. We're mostly on the right side of the trade. Today there was a bearish trend all day and we nailed the SPY shorts all day long. QQQ was a little choppy. We got a little short, but it stopped out. And we, again, this kind of trend, you need to use 30-minute charts. I often talk about the 30-minute charts. You see that 30-minute charts, even if it was choppy on QQQs, but we'll discuss as we go through, because when the trend, you look at this 30-minute on SPY, giving you much better picture, gap fill short, and which is how we traders in the community made profits. Ripster clouds on 30 minutes is also a good way to trade if you are getting a choppiness out of the 10-minute charts. So let's see what was the plan on SPY QQQ quickly, and then we'll go through our recap here. So the plan on SPY QQQ in the pre-market, CPI inflation came lower as expected, VIX under 1650. we will be bullish on the market. If holds, be cautious. Only long over pre-market highs. What did I say? Only long over pre-market high. Do not touch long under pre-market high. I clearly explained that to the traders. So as soon as the market opened, and the same rules go for our ES future traders. We were trading ES futures in the community as well. Any guidance I give on SPY, QQQ is same for the ES futures and NASDAQ futures as well. So we'll look at that as well, how you could profit today's sell-off on the market with the indexes or the or your the futures. So anyways, as soon as the market opened, I told SPY QQQ rejections, pre-market high rejections. I told the traders that it's a 340-50 breaks, it's gonna flush, it's heavy, and you can short it. So I told the traders to short it. We shorted into 10 a.m. We usually cover at 10 a.m. But you see that SPY never pulled back over the cloud, so it never really gave us a signal to get out of our shorts. So you buy the puts, whatever puts you're buying, you short the ES futures, you hold it and you let it work. And the SPY short from my morning guidance went all the way to our MTF, the first target. It tried to curl, we kind of faked us out and then kept flushing, and end of the day was a nice short that was guided by Tape, senior trader in the community. So there was a nice short here as well. SPX puts really paid well. So if you see carefully, there's no longs. If you try to long this, these are C minus longs, guys. This is the choppiness. So today you should just focus on either not trading anything or look for the short opportunities. Because we also look at the indices. Apple, Microsoft, Google were strong today. I tweeted about it. They were holding up the market. Once Apple, Microsoft, and Google started to pull back, the market pulled back. Once the semiconductors started to pull back, the market pulled back. So that's how you short. So anyways, I gave this short to the traders. I gave the QQQ short, which kind of chopped us out, but SPY short really worked nicely. You see in the gap, there was a gap fill short. You can short here, short here on the rejections and take it all the way. You just have to stay patient. You can't size small. It's a choppy trend. ES futures almost gave couple hundred points there on the shorts as well. So that was a SPY QQQ trade today for the community. We were short. SPY was our successful winning short. Let's go to the next one. So we're going to start looking at, we'll start looking at Microsoft first. The reason I want to look at Microsoft is because Microsoft was the strongest name in the market all day. So let's look at what was our plan on the Microsoft. Our plan in the pre-market on Microsoft was pretty straightforward. I usually highlight anything I think is important setup. I highlight it as a red. So 502 support, 504 resistance, trade versus MTF. Trade versus MTF. So those are my MTF clouds. You can watch my other recaps, how we trade those MTF clouds. As soon as the Microsoft breaks these pre-market highs, it's a long, right? So traders were already long on Microsoft in the community. They were strong all day. And you see that there was a 10 a.m. flag breakout. So Microsoft held up the market all day long. And once Microsoft gave up, it faded. The market faded. The SPY faded. QQQ faded. So you see that the traders were long in the morning on Microsoft, Flexing Joe, Raga, UV. Joy Rock, everything. A lot of traders were following the game plan that I gave in the pre-market. Everybody was following that game plan and staying long on Microsoft once it broke that 504 level. This level was from yesterday highs. Your stops are right here. Then there was this bull flag breakout right here, and you finally exit the Microsoft here. Just wanted to touch base on Microsoft just to tell you that definitely there are some indices which were stronger, which were keeping up the market. And why was Microsoft strong? Microsoft was strong because of the Wells Fargo upgrade, right? Just in the game plan we had it, Wells Fargo upgrade. That's why we make a note of that. Wells Fargo is a tier 1 analyst. When it says something, you need to follow that. So that was our upgrade. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so the next one we're going to take a look at is NVIDIA. So what was happening on NVIDIA today? NVIDIA, coming in today, NVIDIA had a huge news out of China. So what was the plan on NVIDIA? Let's take a look here. So the plan on NVIDIA was that long over 171 pre-market high, gap and crap under 170. Gap and crap under 170. So right away, when I saw the weakness, I was a short biased on the 170. on this short, but it held 170 and amateur move. The first move is amateur. So I told the traders, wait a bit. You could use this risk level or this risk level if you want to, but we didn't want to get squeezed up and pushed higher on NVIDIA. And remember, NVIDIA is not just a fundamental play. There's a lot of option action happening in between. A lot of market makers are short. They're hedging they're hedging the calls they sold. So it's very crowded. Even if it wants to go down, it won't, because of that options action, the gamma action, you can study more. We can talk about it in a more detailed video, why the options, how they impact the market. NVIDIA, the most heavily traded stock in the market right now, most heavily traded by funds, most heavily traded by the institutes, most heavily traded by the market makers. So that makes the action so choppy, it's really hard to trade it. But anyways, I was bearish bias right at the open. I told the traders to 512 short again. Once I saw this rejection, we shorted at 170, 140s. We took it right to the 169s. We were looking for 168.50, but we never got it. So we got a couple of dollars short. You can see my timestamp guidance. We moved our stops down to 171. As soon as it reclaimed, we cut our short. So we got a couple of dollars short, and after that it was a choppy all day. I did short it again in the midday. When you see this breakdown, you short it, but it was choppy again, up, down, up, down. Luckily, it didn't stop us out. So we were able to get out with like $1 profit, right? So you can see my guidance here. We stops at 170, 150, then we moved the stops to 171. So this is called a choppy trend. And you don't fight it. You do not fight it. If it's if you see the stock is stuck in the range, you just step away, right? Because it's not worth fighting with it. And now next I will show a good trend setup. Let's go to the next one. Before I go to the next one, I want to show you a few setups. Sympathy plays. These are called sympathy plays, GDS. And the next one was VNET. So why were these sympathy plays? These stocks in the pre-market planning gapped up with the NVIDIA. Remember, whenever there's sympathy plays which don't really have that much to do with the main leader, NVIDIA was a leader, look for some of them to gap crap. So you buy the puts, you short them versus the pre-market highs. So NVIDIA, we had VNET, we had GDS, we had support level, resistance level, bullish to neutral bias on both of them. No longer 850 on VNET. GDS, if 512 breaks, it's a gap fill, right? So you see that GDS is breaking, you take it short right away. It hit the pre-market lows. That's your target. You covered there. VNET was even better short. If you go to the pre-market planning, it broke down right here. 512 short, 3450 short. You take it. Make a little chump change there. High probability. GDS actually never turned bullish. It was all day fader, all day fader. VNET did stop you out. Right here you stop out, right? So there's a money to be made here, but also money to be saved. You do not touch these things long. They're gapping as a sympathy. You want to long it, you look for the leader. And the leader was choppy as well. So stay away from these one. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next one we're going to talk about is TTD. So what was TTD? TTD was our successful trade today in the community. TTD was all day gap and crap for us. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Very proud of it. The options really ran nicely. The shorts also paid us over, $4 or $5 profit. You're risking $1,000. You're trying to make $4 grand. That kind of trade. So TTD, the pre-market game plan was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. 3450 is a key to hold and break out our pre-market high. If the pre-market high is not breaking out, we are not interested. No longs under 84. Clearly, the guidance was given. But when I saw the heaviness in the pre-market at the open, I told the traders, do not long it. Remember, money saved is money made. Do not long it. Profit taking. Wait to see if it holds 85. Short it. Short it. I saw more weakness. I shorted. I gave the stops of 85. Bear flags. You buy the puts, buy the 84 puts. Whatever puts you want to trade, you buy those, and you hold it as long as the system as long as. So you can look at the 84 puts, right? That went from 180 to $4, right? Little illiquid, not very liquid, but you could see that those options were pretty good as well on TTD. So TTD, I told the traders to short it. All day guidance you can see here. I also tweeted the recap on Twitter. So short scalps, bear flag, hold the shorts. We did cover our shorts in midday, but then it gave us a midday short right here. Midday short, the stops our 80, we moved our stops right here at let's see here. We moved our stops to 80 to 90, and we scalped the short again. You could make profit the MTF clouds, and we also use the fib levels to short it. Right, so you see that you shorted by the puts, trade TTD, beautiful trade, flawless trade. Bigger, the important thing to note here is nobody under my guidance or in my community did lose money trying to go long, because I see a lot of traders were super bullish because D-Dog ran after the S&P addition. Doesn't really mean that TTD has to run. We'll be watching it tomorrow. If it doesn't hold 80, it will fade, but might be choppy tomorrow. So we'll be watching it for as a day 2 setup. So let's take a look at next setup. Next time we're going to look at our earning plays. Our loser, JP Morgan, we were long out of the gate. Why was it a loser? Because let's look at the pre-market guidance on JP Morgan. JP Morgan pre-market guidance was pre-market is choppy, only long over 290, bearish under that. So it was not a great setup. I did decide to long the amateur setup because I saw a lot of volume, but it rejected right away. This is called the amateur move, big candle. So I stopped it right away. Here you see, I told the traders long it. In like 5 minutes, I told them exit. You know, take the loss, take a $1.50 loss and get out of it. And you see that it was choppy all day. Why? It was over the pre-market highs. Couldn't break this choppy pre-market highs over the pre-market lows. All day choppy, stay away, similar to what NVDA did. So JP Morgan was a loser, but when you see the next one, you know, Citigroup was a long. I mean, but it was choppy all day, and there was a conference. It started to run after the conference. I told the traders to long it, but it didn't really do anything, and it only ran later in the day, and it pushed higher. But the next one, the next earning play is which made us good profits today. So next one we're going to look at is called Wells Fargo. Let's take a look at Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo, let's take a look. Remember, there were 3 earning plays today. Citibank, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. There were some other earning plays too. We didn't focus on them, but Wells Fargo, bearish to neutral bias. We will watch if it calls. But as soon as I see that it's rejecting the 512 calls, I told the traders heaviest, breaking MTF, short versus 81. You put your stops at 81, you short it, you buy the puts. And we took it all the way down to 77, 78, right? We took over $3 profit on Wells Fargo. You're risking $1,000 in a short, you're making $2,000, $2,500. That's the risk reward we want to do. If we lost $1,000 JP Morgan, we made double of what we lost on Wells Fargo. So that's how you want to keep your loser small. Even though amateur moves are a little risky, I don't like to hold big on the losers, but Wells Fargo definitely you have to hold it all day. Beautiful trade, timestamp guidance, pre-market planning, everything shared there. So let's look at next one. So next one we're going to look at is SMCI. So SMCI was our long today. So let's take a look what was SMCI doing. So SMCI was our long, but I used 30 minutes charts to trade SMCI. Why? Because the 10-minute was very choppy. So let's go back. Let's look at why SMCI was strong here. So SMCI was a NVIDIA news play, and SMCI is one of the biggest, NVIDIA is the biggest customer of SMCI. If NVIDIA is going to make more of those GPUs they're going to sell to China, of course SMCI benefits. So this was the plan, bullish to neutral bias, watch the semiconductors, because the semiconductor was strong initially and SMCI was strongest. I do this analysis in the market, which is the strongest name. So I gave the traders the long on the pre-breakout longs right at the open, and then it was flagging here, right here, and it broke the flag middle of the day. I even tweeted about that breakout. It pushed towards the 54.20. So in this case, our stops were 52, 52.30. You see here the stops I was giving, 52, 52.30. So using that stops, we could make a couple of dollars long on this trade on SMCI. So that was a 30-minute long. You can see the timestamp guidance, pre-market planning, no hindsight, no BS. Let's go to the next one. So next one we're going to look at is MP. So MP was one of the plays that I've been talking about a lot. I mean, actually, I love the chart setup on MP here. A beautiful chart setup weekly. A lot of fundamental news on it lately. You can see the beautiful chart. Anyways, let's look at the pre-market planning on MP. Pre-market planning was MP. Bullish to neutral bias, 52-week high chart, right? It's a 52-week. It's all-time high, actually. It's not even 52-week. It's all-time high, 50 all-time high breakout on that. I mean, it was a 52 week as well. If you so that's fine. It was a 52 week high breakout, but it's coming to IPO high breakout now. So definitely there was a A plus setup. A plus setup. Let's look at the guidance on MP by our trader RGV. So MP was a long right out of the gate. You can look at 30-minute chart. As soon as it breaks pre-market high, your stops at 53. You know, you take it long. The target was 60 bucks. We got the 60 bucks, and the 60.19 was our all-time highs towards that level. Beautiful guidance all day long by RGV, step by step on MP. Beautiful daily chart, beautiful winner in the community for everyone on MP. You can see everybody was trading MP today. Yeah, beautiful trade by community. RGV had a great entry at 55. Heather was an MP. So beautiful trade. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next one we're going to look at is UNH and Lilly. I'm just going to quickly look at them. So what was happening on UNH US? So both these pharma names, these were pretty heavy today. So UNH was our day two setup. Let me quickly go there and take a look here. UNH, UNH was our day to setup right here. Guidance may fall. The analyst said the guidance may fall by $20 per share. So UNH had a news, so it was pretty heavy all day long, and then Lilly was a short as well because it breaking down this MTF cloud. I was on the voice. The trader asked me. I said short it right here. I said short it, and this was the MTF short, and then it was a double MTF short. You see my MTF indicators, so you know that it's going to be short under that. So that was a voice guidance today on that Lilly. So I'm going to talk about few chart setups that I had given, swing setups that I've been tweeting out. You will learn the two different kind of setups, right? Gap fill setups and chart pattern setups, which I call the names which I'm going to discuss, and I'm going to show you my tweets as well. Let's take a look here. So first we're going to look at QS. Okay, so what is QS? So QS, a battery play. So you look at this. This is the weekly channel, right? I'm not going to spend too much time, but I'm going to show you guys what we were doing there. So this was on June 26th. I told the traders that it's a setting up for a channel breakout swing. Once it breaks out of that level, it's going to push higher. So these are the kind of patterns you need to draw them up. You're going to build them up, and as soon as it started to break out of that channel, and I mentioned update that the setup is working, you start moving your stops up on your swing trades, move it to 7 or low of this candle, and today the QS hit 10 bucks, right? 10 bucks. So you see that? So that was now, and this was before. So you see that how you need to identify these setups. That's why I try to show you these setups. We also make money with these setups because these are amazing setups. Heather was long on QS today. Nami was long. You know, it's amazing. It's a day 2, day 3 setup as well, but this is the chart pattern setup, right? So next one I'm going to show you is, SBET. So again, no hindsight. I will show you the setup. When we've been trading SBT every day, I've been talking about SBT in my community every day, that it's going to fill the gap, it's going to fill the gap. What was the setup? This is the repeatable setup that I have been teaching for many years. It's very simple swing setup. I just showed you the swing setup based on the chart pattern, but let's take a look here on SBET. So SBT had a gap. You know, I actually talked about that gap. Let's see here if I can show you guys here. So we had this, we actually discussed it when it was at 14, 15, 16. We hit always draw the Fibonacci's on your gaps. You know, use the daily chart lows as your stops. You can use that stop lows, right? The gap fill continues. I mentioned that. And today this was the setup, right? Gap trade setup. You see that? You know, one rejection, long, stops here, long towards the fibs, and target the full gap fill. Take a half profit on the half gap fill and target the full gap fill. And today we are approaching that full gap fill. I expect some resistance in 29 area. If it pulls back, flags, breaks out 30, it will be another long. So gap high and gap lows always act as a resistance and support levels. Always remember that. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. A decent day. It was a choppy action, not easy action to trade, but we were able to survive and had a decent day in the community. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.